What's up, man?
What's up? How are you?
Two Faces for Radio.
Yeah. So first, let's just start off with your name, man. Where'd you get the name Keshi from? Because I know your real name's Casey, right?
Right, my real name is Casey. Keshi came from like a childhood nickname that I had. I had a childhood friend who they're of Japanese descent, so every time I went over to her parents' house, anytime we were running around, they would call me Keshi. That was just the way that they pronounced my name. So yeah.
Interesting. They always
Yeah,
call me
funny.
Phineas because my head looks triangle from the side because I got a huge nose.
Oh.
So but also I saw that you went to college. Unlike a lot of
Right.
artists that we've talked to, you actually went to college.
Right.
You were a nurse for 2 years. So like,
Right.
at what point were you like, all right, music is going to be the way? And like, was it a huge leap of faith, or did you feel like, your fan base was starting to come through, or what was it like?
Right. It was I was definitely late to it. I had a lot of music friends so I mean, I feel like this story is pretty normal for the artists who do come up. Like the traction just kind of starts and like it starts to snowball and it gets to a certain point where you think that it's time to leave the nest and time to take that leap. I was really late to it. My manager at the time was begging me to quit my job, and I was like not about it. I was like, dude, this is not going to work out. There's no way this is going to work out.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted to, and as much as I hated the job, I think I was just very practical about, everything. And I was trying to be as realistic as possible. And it got to a point where I was like definitely making more off of royalties than I was during nursing. And like, I was still like not wanting to leave. I was like, yeah, how long is this possibly going to last? And it wasn't until I started getting calls from New York to go and like fly out and go meet with labels that it started to really hit me. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's time to like really consider this as an option. But, other than that, I feel like you don't need a record label to be successful. There are a ton of independent artists that are out
Especially
there doing it,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
today, right? But I think it was that sort of validation that, oh, like it's to a point where a record label wants to sign me. That objectivity made me really rethink about the possibility of the career.
So, okay, we talked a little bit about like how you started your music career, but like take me back to like when you were in college, like when you were a
Right.
nurse. Did you have any crazy college stories? Because I mean, you went to a pretty big school, and also like what was your day-to-day life like back then
Right.
before you had millions of
Dude.
streams on Spotify?
Honestly, my day-to-day life was like sleep through school and then go home and make beats. Like that was honestly
Really?
it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it really wasn't that like adventurous. I had like a small group of friends that I like to hang out with like every weekend, and we spent time together, and like those are the memories that I'll cherish for life. And there weren't like any like ludicrous like crazy party stories, except for one time I got like so pissed drunk on 6th Street because I went to school in Austin
Yeah.
that like we took the last bus home, and I was definitely on the wrong bus, and they dropped us off in the middle of nowhere, so we had to walk home. Like it was like definitely 45 minutes out of campus, and my friend and I were just drunk and stupid trying to waddle home, and then we found a taxi that like luckily brought us home. So
There you go.
I mean, yeah, it happens sometimes. But
Jackson was telling me about that one time. Jackson actually woke up with a katana one morning because he got hammered the
really?
night before.
I don't know where it came from. I was asking all my friends. I was like, I gotta have a katana in my bed. Do you know where it came from? They're like, I don't know. We got a katana. I'm like, it's a fucking katana. Like, what the heck?
that's gnarly, dude.
I don't know. It's just no. You get a lot of crazy stories in college, but it sounds
No,
like.
for sure.
What'd you major in?
I majored in nursing.
You
I
did?
majored
Okay,
in
yeah.
nursing, yeah. And so it was just like 4 years, and after that is when I started to work for a couple of years. But yeah, for the most part, I stayed in my room, I made beats, I was uploading songs on SoundCloud really slowly, and the traction was really slow in the beginning, but it was there, like you have the genuine fans that just like creep up, and it goes from like 50 followers to 100 to
Yeah.
maybe 200, and you get more reposts on SoundCloud, and that's really exciting. I remember checking my SoundCloud all the time.
Is
back
that
in,
where you
like-
started? Is SoundCloud?
Yeah,
Doing
dude.
that?
Like SoundCloud was great because like it felt like a community. There were so many people like active on it, and your way of discovering music was if the people that you acknowledged like reposted it, right? You're like, oh, if this person thinks it's good, then I should give it a listen. That was the
Yeah.
stamp of legitimacy that like the songs had. And you found some really cool like experimental shit on SoundCloud. It was really cool.
That's awesome. So let's get into the music a little bit. You have your new one, which is Beside You, and I was
Right.
talking to your record label, and they were saying how it's like 8 million streams in the first 2 weeks.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm sure it's a lot more than that by now.
Right.
What's the inspiration behind that and creating that masterpiece?
Right. I made Beside You with another artist who's amazing. His name is Madion. Really big in the EDM sort of sphere, and he's the sweetest dude. And our teams linked us up together, and they had sent me a beat that Madion sort of made, and we were gonna get on a call, like our first call the next day. But I kind of want to impress him a little bit. So like I was like, oh, I'm gonna have something done before like we hop on our call. So I wrote and recorded the hook like right away, so that by the time we got on the call the next day, I was able to play it for him and kind of be like, hey, like look what I did. But I think in that moment we both realized that we had something special. So we were like, okay, we gotta get together and actually finish.
So
this
how long
track
did
now.
that hook take you then?
Took probably like 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
That's insane.
Yeah,
I know.
Man.
That's just like
That's insane.
Yeah. It like I feel like the best hooks just come
like
right away.
Yeah.
They like, you don't have to agonize over it. You don't have to like think so hard about what other, like, how is it going to resonate with other people. It's not formulaic in that sense. Like, it's nice to just be instinctual and be like, oh, this sounds good to me right away.
And it's catchy, and it's like, we were talking to Sabrina Carpenter a while back, and she released her song Skin or whatever, and she's like, I wrote that Skin. We were filming the music video and the song itself all at the same time, and I wrote
that. Dropped it in 2 days. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm just like, I don't get how that's even feasible, but it's it happens. Do you have any music video plans for Beside You?
Not at the moment. I think right now we're just gonna kind of let the song breathe and just have it live in its own world. And I think it's doing amazing so far. So yeah,
it is. I saw you just did the live one.
I mean, that's
too.
an understatement, you know.
Right. Right. Yeah, I did the live video. Live videos are a thing that I really enjoy doing for Keshi. And my thing about live videos is that I feel like hate is a strong word. I really don't like when it's like portrayed as live, but the vocals are like studio recorded. I'd much prefer it to actually be shot live, even with all the external noise and everything. So that's how I've done all of my videos. And luckily I can engineer myself decently enough so that I don't need to have like an audio person come like every time we want to shoot a video. It's just convenient, fast, and easy. So it takes a few tries, but you usually get it.
Yeah.
So are you in Texas right now?
I am in Texas right now. I'm in my house in Houston.
So I was wondering, like, when are you going to start doing shows again? You know, like, I know Texas is, you guys are pretty much wide open down there.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if I can announce dates quite yet, but we're planning them in the works, and I'm so stoked to get out on stage again, man. Like, it just means the world to me to see the fans out in person. And the thing is, I've had so much growth the past year and a half, actually, that it doesn't feel like tangible. Like, there's no way for me to tell like that the fan base is actually growing unless I like go to shows or I'm like outside and stuff.
Well, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. I've talked to a lot of like music friends who have like based everything off of touring. Like, they've had so much experience like feeling that love all the time that they really feel the withdrawal from not having the crowd in front of them. But I haven't really had that. I've done like 9 shows. I did like a really small US tour in the very beginning, right after I signed, and that was like all the exposure that I had. So I'm excited to see how the shows are going to be bigger and better.
Are you nervous at all?
No, I'm stoked, dude. I'm
really?
Stoked. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be nervous the first show, but yeah.
He's a professional now.
I was gonna say I'd be pooping my pants, man. I don't know.
Nah, dude. I'm so what I did learn is that I've played one festival in Korea. So right after my North American tour, I flew to Korea to do a festival, and I did have fans at that festival. But the difference between playing your own show and a festival is that not everyone is there for you, even though the crowd is so much bigger.
Right.
So it made me realize, like, why do I ever like feel nervous when I'm playing my own show, like in my own headline tour? Because everyone is there, like they pay tickets to see only me. So like I shouldn't be tripping about anything. So yeah.
That's really cool though. Yeah. Tommy, I know you want to ask him about the sneaker stuff.
Oh yeah. Dude, I see on Instagram you got the off-white ones, man. I got to hear about
it. I did. So oh my god.
Tommy's a big sneaker guy.
I had the blue ones. I literally sold them. I think it was a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh dang. Why'd you let them go?
I found these
I
found these Louis Vuitton loafers that I had my eyes on, and I was like, I got to clear room on my shelf. These things, as you know, are not the cheapest in the world. So I was like,
yeah. So this was back when I was still working as a nurse, and like an artist wanted to sample my song, and he took me out on he was like touring with G-Eazy. His name is Fora, and
I know Fora.
Yeah, and he wanted to sample the track, and I knew nothing about the music industry at the time. We were just chatting on his tour bus about how we can get things cleared, about him sending paperwork over and stuff. We were talking about the cut and everything and how much money he needed to clear the sample. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, I don't know, like $5,000.
Sounds good to me.
Good. Yeah. So I was so excited driving home though, because it felt like this was going to be it was like my first experience dealing with the music industry, basically. Yeah. And I sealed like a little bit of money from that. Whether it was fair or not, I have no idea, and I don't really care anymore. But I was like, whoa, like music money. I should spend this on things that I would not normally be able to buy.
Yeah,
there you go.
Like I shouldn't. This is my money. This isn't like 401k money. So like I wanted to spend it on something that I would never get, like ever, like normally. A stupid buy, basically. Yeah. So I was like, I want the off-white ones. They look so fucking dope. So I have to get them. So of course the money definitely came way later than like it was not immediate, but in my head I was like, this money is mine now.
I got the money right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's in my hands. So I got them then, and I actually haven't bought another pair of like really hyped sneakers since, because I was like, I got it. Like I got my grill. I'm out. I'm happy.
Good.
Yeah, it's funny because we talked with Dixie D'Amelio a few episodes ago, and she's got the Dior ones. Which I think they paid like $30,000 for them, which was way over what market was.
Wow.
But I know the Off-Whites. You probably the second most expensive sneakers we had on the show. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was taking a look at the prices recently, and I was like, whoa, like that's
like $6,000 right now, man.
Yeah, I know. I haven't worn them in a while because like I've just been rocking the Air Force Ones. I just like the silhouette, like the chunky silhouette, So yeah.
Yep.
Oh, cool. I do have to ask, and then we'll let you go. I'm sure you're busy. I saw you and Max talking a little bit on Instagram. Is there anything happening there? Are you just good friends, or?
Yeah, both. He was a fan of my music. I mean, we were mutual fans. So one of these days, I was out in LA working on the record, and we slotted a day out to go meet and stuff, and we just got on super well, and we wrote a song literally that day. And of course, like every other time I was in LA, I came back to go tweak it with him. We always slotted out like 1 or 2 days so I can go and hang out with him. And he is just genuinely the sweetest dude on the planet.
He is the nicest person ever.
He's
the nicest guy ever.
Oh my
he
God.
Actually was the one. He came to do a concert with us and let Tommy come on stage.
Yeah, so this was at Baker's Life Fieldhouse, like the bit where the Pacers play, and I got engaged. He like right before he performed Lights Down Low, he was like, "Hey, bro, come up here," and we did it. It's freaking crazy.
Super sweet.
We go back a little bit.
Oh, that's so sweet to hear. You guys aren't the first people that I've talked to on like a podcast or a radio who have like brought up Max, and I love that. Like I get to talk about him every single time.
Yeah, dude, he's so great.
Yeah, but we did write a song that the both of us are incredibly proud of, and it sounds really, really good. I'm stoked for y'all to hear it. If it ever comes out,
too. I'm pumped. Oh, you gotta put it out, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll come out. It's up to him, but yeah.
Well, very cool. Well, thank you for joining us today. It was awesome to have you on.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
For sure. Good luck.